Denver has been growing at a very fast rate, and I've covered several of the new construction communities in my prior videos, but today I'm very excited to bring you the newest construction community located in the southeastern quadrant of the Denver metro area in a very exclusive, also highly sought after suburb, which is normally very, very expensive, but this new construction community has some of the best, most amazing entry price points that I have seen in this community. Very excited to bring you up to speed on it. So let's pop out and I'll get you caught up. Now the community I'm talking about is in the highly sought after neighborhood of Lone Tree, Colorado, which I've covered in a prior video, but I need to come back and do another deep dive because there has been so much development happening down here, which some people like, some people not so much. And the community that I'm referencing is called the Lyric community, which is located about 30 minutes south of downtown Denver. It's also about 5 to 15 minutes south of the Denver Tech Center, maybe 10 minutes or so away from Castle Rock, and it's located near a whole bunch of fine dining, shopping, and every kind of amenity you can think of, including Park Meadows Mall, which is a destination location, plus Cabela's and the new living spaces, and several really amazing restaurants like Sierra, which is one of my personal favorites. What's great about this community is that it is anchored by Shea Homes, which is going to have 4 different collections of types of homes out here that they're building, from ranch styles to 2 stories. Then we also are going to have a local builder here, literally called Local Builders. Also, we have Thrive, and then we have a luxury community builder, which is an award-winning builder called Infinity Homes. And I'm going to take you through 3 different models during this tour here today. Now, what I want to also call out about this location before we get into the houses is literally the location itself. It is situated between Highlands Ranch and Parker, and both are master plan communities. This itself is going to be a master plan community as well. And its location so close to the highway is going to be highly attractive to anybody who's going to be working at the Denver Tech Center, downtown, quick commutes to DIA. And there's going to be the site of the new Lone Tree downtown just north of here, which is going to have high-end shopping, commercial, residential, parks, a whole bunch of other things, in addition to the already existing Lone Tree Center for the Arts, which is just a little bit across the highway here. Fun features about this community is that it does have an HOA, which is unfortunate, but most good communities do have them these days. It's just the way things are. But the cost is going to be $240, which covers not only all the ground maintenance and the parks and the trails are going to be involved here, it also gives you quantum fiber high-speed internet up to 1 gig per property built. Speaking of the HOA and what it covers, there's going to be 3 regional parks that are going to be built here, 6 miles of open space trails, plus it connects to the east-west trailhead, which is one of my favorite trails here in the South Metro Denver area because it goes into 8,000 acres of open space. Now there's only going to be about 300-ish acres or so being built currently of the new homes and construction here. It is in a 2-year out of a 10-year phase build out, so there's going to be lots of construction going on here for the next foreseeable future. One of the cool benefits about this that I really like is that they are trying to keep with the integrity of Colorado, keeping about 48% of the land here as open space for not only trails, but the parks that I referenced, also close connection to the Reuter-Hess Reservoir, which has its own incline. So there's going to be an outdoorsy component to this with quick access to all different kinds of jobs and commutes. So it's a really excellent opportunity if you're looking in this location. If the location isn't enough of an attractor, the fact of the diversity of homes might be, so we're going to be getting into that a little bit. Also, if you have kids or you're thinking about having kids, this location will feed into the Douglas County School District, which is a really top-tier rated school district. It'll feed over into the Highlands Ranch area for public schools, with also having its own access to private and charter schools. And by 2027, they are projecting to have their own in-community elementary school built. So it'll be an excellent opportunity if you happen to have kids and you don't want to have to drive or do the bus routes. It'll all be here at your fingertips. In addition to the elementary school that'll be constructed here eventually, they're also going to be building out a community center here for all of the residents. And that community center is going to have a dedicated restaurant. It's also going to have a pool area and a fitness location. So it's kind of a one-stop shop where you can stay here and enjoy your weekends as a staycation if you want to, or you can just jump across the highway or on the highway and pick your pleasure of any of the different things that Colorado has to offer. So enough about the location and such. There's so much I can cover and not enough time. Let's go ahead and jump into some of these property visits. Definitely stick around as I go through each one of the properties so I can tell you exactly what you can expect on costs, incentives, builder offerings, and there's a feature on a couple of these properties you don't want to miss because it could earn you income on the property that you're purchasing. So to kickstart us, I'm gonna have us start with a builder called Thrive Builders. They are row homes situated on the western side of the Lear community. They are a green building builder, one of the top award-winning builders with this feature. These are 3-story homes that come in 3 beds and 2 baths, or 2 beds and 2 baths. And what's really cool is that they have not only solar power included, plus the fiber optics, they have 3 different outdoor living spaces as you get into this property, as you'll quickly see. One quick note before I get in there, I did mention that the HOA is $240 per month for most of the Lear community. For the row homes, it is more expensive. It's going to be in the range of about $365, which altogether isn't too bad. Here's a quick peek at what we have as far as the outdoor living space. You can see there's plenty of seating situation here, and this being a corner unit will wrap you all the way around to the side, giving you a front and side patio, plus an outdoor living space on this side, not to mention the 2 that we'll experience just above us. Let's go ahead and pop inside and show you what it looks like on the interior. Coming on into the interior, you can see you're greeted with an amazing open flex space that can be used for a sitting or a lounging area, entertainment, whatever you're looking for. And then just through the way here, they currently have it set up as an office, but it's actually going to be your 2-car garage, which comes with its own lift master that is included. A lot of other communities I've covered don't include that, so it's a good point to make sure you take a note on. And it's going to be laid out so you have plenty of high space for your cars coming in. Whether you have a high truck or an SUV, you'll be able to fit both of them in there, no problem at all. You get to see that these are laid out in a really amazing manner with lots of natural light. They did an amazing job making sure to include all of the indoor-outdoor space that we have here to offer in Colorado. And I forgot to mention, on the outside, these homes are accessible starting at 2 beds and 2 baths for $595,000. Or if you jump to the 3-bed, 2-bath, those start around $683,000 and comes with all the various amenities you can see as I'm walking through here, which are just incredible. As you can see behind me, it comes with a very large kitchen island area, an open layout between the kitchen and the living space. It has higher end appliances, being stainless steel KitchenAids. That will probably be depending on whatever package you choose as you come through. You do have access to a design center when working with all of the builders inside of this Lear community. Most of them are going to be, almost all of them actually, are definitely dirt starts, which means they're going to be about 8 to 10 months between the time you make contract to delivery, but you have access over what you want to have put into your home, which is always a good thing. You have control over what you can expect. Just off the back of the kitchen, you have your main floor powder room. So it's nice and private. You're not going to be hanging out with your guests as you're entertaining. You also have a nice little area set over here if you want to do a dry bar or set up some herbs, anything along those lines. Coming across, we go back through towards the 8-foot patio doors with the wraparound side balcony, as I mentioned, on the outside. And then head all the way up to the upstairs. Nice wide staircase, which is always appreciated, especially when moving in furniture, into an open air loft. They've used this one to show it as a home office, which is a great use of the space. Again, more of the natural light. This location will be backing out to what will be developed into a green space area. And then walking through the different bedrooms up here, the primary bedroom is going to be down here to our western side. And the guest is going to be here. You can see really well laid out. They all come with the nice electric efficiency ceiling fans. Tons of natural light. Perfect for the roommates that want to share a place, young family with 1 to 2 kiddos, or the working professional that just likes to have a smaller space without all the hassle of yard maintenance. Now I'm really excited to show you this piece being the primary bedroom of this row home. It's actually really extensive. Behind me you can see there is a king-size bed. They've got it designed really nicely through the options of the design center with the different pieces of wallpaper, and it has its own private balcony, just like we had on the main floor and like we had outside on the outside decking. This being on the 3rd level is absolutely fantastic. You have views of the bluffs, you have views of downtown Denver, you have views of the Denver Tech Center, all for this sweet little package of about $585 to $663, depending on which unit you go with. Here they did a great job making sure you have the dual vanity sinks with a really high floor to ceiling tile, nice glass doors, and then the water closet, which isn't super exciting, so we're not going to go explore that. But for the quick initial view of the 3-bed, 2-bath row home by Thrive Builders, definitely something you want to check out. Come in, see for yourself, see if this is the fit that you're looking for your personal property. So this is what you can expect with a low maintenance home being a row home. Now let's jump on over into a single family home over with one of the other builders and show you what you can expect at those price points and those locations. All right, coming up next, our second builder. This is gonna be a very nice high-end collection by Infinity, which is a luxury builder with amazing finishes. They are mostly custom except for the layout on the interior, and they're gonna be definitely a bit more expensive than you're gonna find on any of the other builders in the area, but for good reason, because their finishes are among the top. So they start at about $900,000 here or so, and they go upwards of 1 to 1.1 million, depending on the finishes that you choose, the packages, the landscaping, etc. Let's go ahead and check inside. Oh, by the way, as we're walking in, these places start at about 2.5 to 3 bedrooms and go as high as 5 to 6 bedrooms, depending on the model that you pick. Let's go check it out. So right out of the gate, you guys are gonna see that this place hits differently. It is unlike any of the other places we have inside of the Lear community because it is an Infinity home by Infinity Builders. This builder is well known for their high-end finishes that they bring into each one of their builds. Also, they work with specialty appliances, Bosch, other nationwide chains that have really great finishes, from flooring to the cabinetry to the lighting, and you get to work with the builder to pick all of those. As you'll see in here, the layout is completely different than your standard urban suburban style home, with an excellent layout, amazing ambient lighting, well oversized kitchen countertops, built-in features as well that you pick with your appliance package when working with the builder. And the layout is done really smart, so it's completely functional and usable with no real dead space to mention. Now, as you walk through, you're gonna see that a lot of this place has easily over 10-foot ceilings, which is incredible. Plus, they do an amazing job of using lots of windows to capture all of the natural light, making these places really open and airy and super homey feel on the inside, even with that elevated luxury feel. Up here on the main floor, I really love how they designed this center to be used as an open loft or a study area if you got kiddos, and this is totally wild. As you walk through, straight down, you can see the floor beneath your feet, over the flybridge into the main living space below. As you see through in here, everything is just top tier, no details are missed. From high-end finishes on all the handles of the faucets, the lighting, the flooring packages, the size of the rooms, and even the lighting packages that they picked are absolutely incredible. Now, this model has an open concept to it, just like the rest of the Fusion models. The other models that are in this collection are a little bit different of a layout, so you definitely want to come check them out. Let me know if you want to see those. Be happy to take you around. This particular layout also has bedrooms separated. So we had the one behind us here on the corner. Now we're going to go check out this one here behind us on the side, and then the primary off to the back end of it, giving it a nice open flow and also enough privacy between the different rooms where you have a sense of space to create and make your own. As you can see, this bedroom has its own private bathroom, and it's segregated off to the one side of the house, so it's excellent for that teenager or an in-law that's staying with you. Brings you right over to the open sky bridge again. Washer and dryer are not shown in here, but the washer dryer upstairs is always a nice benefit because it's less traffic from your washer dryer to folding stations. Now, the primary suite on this one is not to be missed. It's a good size for the main living quarter. This is an oversized bed with a huge window, plenty of space to set up if you want to have your own vanity hutch or an entertainment center inside of the primary if that's your thing. This one also has a view of the mountains off to the side, which are unfortunately blocked a bit by the current storm. And here comes the cool kicker. This primary bathroom is amazing, beyond most that I have seen in most of these other collections. Huge sauna, like spa-like almost. humongous walk-through two-person shower, plus a closet that is not to be missed. Most people will probably go crazy to have a closet this size. It is a fantastic value at the price point. You will not be seeing this in most units available, either in Lyric or in Lone Tree in general, at the $1 million price point. Now, each one of these models inside of the Infinity Collection will come with a set of standard included features, which are way too many to list, just like you'll see over at Shea and also that we saw at Thrive. But the elevated feel of these finishes on the Infinity are gonna just really make it worth that extra money, especially if you're looking for that luxury lifestyle. So some of the ones you can definitely expect to see in here are gonna be the higher ceilings, being 9 foot and 10 foot, quartz countertops on everything that you see, a pick of your choice for the different flooring, plus all of the different lighting. Everything appliance-wise starts at Bosch and goes up from there. As you saw in this unit, there was a thermidor down as far as the cooktop went, with a recessed built-in kitchen refrigerator, washer and dryers, lighting packages. It's just amazing. It is seriously the luxury experience that most people are looking for when they go for those luxury lines, but at affordable cost. This is one of the models that is actually open and available with a finished basement, including a very large, well, they'd use this one as a workout room, which is an excellent use of the space. Along with the mirrors, it has also a bedroom down here with its own private bathroom. And it is a legally conforming bedroom with an egress window. So showing that this room is nothing in here, so you can't quite get the idea for the size or scale, but an excellent use of the downstairs basement space. So you can utilize all the upstairs, all the main floor, and all of the top level. So that's a good example of a luxury builder here in this community. Now, this is probably going to be a higher price point than most people want to spend. So let's jump over to the next builder, which has that special feature I wanted you to wait till the end for, because the price point is great, the location is great, the added feature is great, and might be a fit for almost anyone. And finally, our third builder, the one that I was the most excited to bring you guys to, is going to be Shea Builders. They're the ones that are anchoring this entire development. And what I really wanted to bring to your attention is there are several collections inside of Shea. There's 4 with different amenities and such. HOAs will be a little bit variable, just as we saw over at Thrive and over at Infinity. The thing that I really want to bring to your attention about these Shea homes, at least several of these Shea homes have offerings where you can either do a build out of an extra room in the basement, or like in the unit here behind me, this unit is a 2-story home with a basement and an accessory dwelling unit, which means you can actually have, if you want, a live-in relative if you want that, or you can generate rental income from your primary residence with these options. And the one I'm going to tour you through here, just behind me, is actually a 3-story unit called the Josie, and this has a side walk around that we're going to explore that has an accessory dwelling unit, perfect for anybody that wants another opportunity for like a mother-in-law, father-in-law suite, or a rental as well. So let's go check it out. So coming into this place, I think what will be also really enticing for you is not only does it have the option of a 2- and 3-story and accessory dwelling unit, the price point for Lone Tree, where the average home is selling for approximately $1.1 million, these homes are starting in the range of about $600,000 to $650,000 with all of the good finishes that you can find and expect in all the Shea builds. And if you've ever been inside of a Shea home before, you know that the offerings that they have here are absolutely fantastic. So let's take a tour through and you can see not only the amazing layout that they have inside of this property, the high ceilings, the 9-foot ceilings are a huge game changer. They have 8-foot doors leading out to these outdoor patio spaces. So I'm always loving the large kitchen islands that they have inside of Shea homes and the way that it's laid out, so it's not intrusive if you're cooking or entertaining. The amount of cabinetry at 42 inches, open air space coming in from all the nice windows and countertops is absolutely incredible. Now, there are 3 different appliance packages offered as well by Shea through the Design Center, so it's really important you take a look to see what's going to be your best fit. And I love the fact that they line this out. We have covered patios here, which are really important with the Colorado weather. Since we typically have afternoon rainstorms and such, as one is coming in currently as we're filming, but it also gets you some protection in the winter as well. And then this one opens up to an amazing side yard, which won't necessarily look like this. This is set up for the Design Center and also set up as a model home. You can customize yours as you choose fit. Now, this may or may not be a good or a bad thing for you depending on your personal preference, but this particular unit has a primary bedroom on the main floor. So as you can see behind me, it's really nicely laid out, situated in the corner here, so you get lots of natural light. The primary bathroom over here is actually laid out really nicely as well. You have the dual vanities, as you can see, into a tiny little water closet. The shower is really incredible. Big ceiling to floor tile again with another, this is pushing about an 8-foot glass entryway. So nice, calm, relaxing, exactly what you would want to do when I'm retiring for the night, to come in, lay down, pretend that I'm going to read, and actually end up watching TV. So if the main floor primary isn't a deal breaker for you, this is laid out really, really nicely. You just kind of stroll out of your bedroom into your morning coffee. Also, just around the bend, we have the main floor powder room, so perfect for the guests, nice and isolated from the eating area, and the washer and dryer area, which are not included, by the way. Again, that is part of whatever appliance package you may select. We turn around and head right upstairs. This is again the 3-story unit, which means I am probably going to get exhausted and run out of breath as I run up all 3 stairs thanks to the Colorado altitude. But we have the primary bedroom on the main floor, along with 2 additional bedrooms up on the 3rd floor. So this is laid out depending on your lifestyle, how you want to have it. If you would like to have the home office as they have designed here, it's high, it's on the 3rd level, and it has an excellent view, which I cannot even capture with this camera, of the mountains kind of behind me back and through here. Now we go across the flybridge. This does share a bathroom for both of the bedrooms here. You're going to see some of the smart lights kick on. Part of the green features that we have here in this lyric community. And we'll go into the final bedroom on the 3rd floor, which is a pretty decent sized bedroom if you ask me. Still has the 9-foot ceilings, lots of natural light, and lots of windows, so you don't feel like it's isolated or small. So if the inside of that 2,000 square foot home wasn't enough for you, we're going to go ahead and pop around the side now to the exterior entrance to the accessory dwelling unit. And this one is laid out as a studio apartment for whoever moves in, which is an excellent opportunity again for that live-in suite or that renter. Right upon entry, you can see it is laid out really smart as we come inside of here with a nice little living space, straight into the kitchen area with the stainless steel appliances. 42-inch cabinetry, which is always nice. Recessed sink with its own dishwasher. Definitely on the smaller side with the appliances, but then again, it is a studio apartment. And what I think is really cool here is that they situated this wall so it's nice and see-through, so there's a degree of separation and privacy, but it's still just where you're going to be hanging out, and it is the bedroom for the renter or whoever is living in here. It also comes with its own access to its private bathroom. Pretty common powder room that you would expect, and then location for washer and dryer, which again are not included, are definitely part of any appliance package that you pick. But for a home in Lone Tree, selling or starting in the range of about $600,000 to have an accessory dwelling unit, plus the 3 stories, plus the location inside of Lyric, it is amazing. So that storm finally caught up to me, and I have to cut the rest of the tour down and short, but hopefully this was a good snapshot of what you can expect in the Lyric community. There is another set of builders here called Local that I mentioned at the beginning that are townhomes and condos. The HOA there is definitely going to be higher than you've seen at some of the other builders, but there are so many good incentives. Each builder is offering packages to the buyer right now, which are very, very helpful. Some are as high as $25,000 to $50,000, depending on what you choose. So there's a lot of incentive to come in and check these places out, especially because we're so early in the build phase process of this entire community. So if this is something where you might have interest, you want to learn more, do me a favor, give me a call, text, or email. I'll be happy to chat with you, see if working together is a great fit. Sticking around to the end, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers.